Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all the ships at sea. Welcome to Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize for being late. I am really under the weather. My wife got up and she left, and I stayed in bed, probably because last night was roused high exalted. I love the hell out of you, Mary. Mary Greenberg. Never forget that, please. I'm Thomas. Way to go, shoulder lean is way better than my couch song. Hold on. Regulated goods and services. I ain't even started the damn show yet. You know what, TikTok? I bet you if I was selling something from Temu, you guys would let me do anything I want. But as I promised, we are going to have a nice long conversation about mental health today, because I don't think we've done one of these shows in a while. So that's what we're going to do. But before we begin, as always, let's go ahead and get this thing started correctly. Godzilla -1 inhale. Come on, let's have a great show, kid. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all the ships at sea. Welcome to a Truthful Thursday episode of The Sound of Coffee on Ghost Claw Productions Radio, GCPR, where every voice matters. My name is Thomas Bishop. I am known as the villain. My title and designation is the Brutalist, the leader of the Villains Guild, a proud, upstanding member of the Outcast Nation. I will not do a your mama joke this morning because with the subject matter we're going to be speaking of, I need to take this a little more serious. As always, I am joined by my regular co-host, the one, the only, Persepolis, the Cactus. B-Seth is in the building because B-Seth is always in the building. He owns the place. Now, before I get into this show, let me go ahead and give you guys your affirmation for the morning. If I can get to it. There we go. All right. I greet you with the universal greeting of the coffee beans. Bow your heads.
How you doing? I woke up. Everybody else, because I woke up. That's how I look at it. You all had a chance until I woke up. Today's mine. That's just what it is.
Just throwing that out there. Y'all had a chance for world peace until the beans woke up. Now we will take over. Now. Oh, and I know there's a bunch of Coco fans, so dun, 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 dun. Coco's in the building, giving y'all the bombastic side eye, and then turn around and giving y'all the offensive, criminally offensive side eye. Coco's in the building. The machine gun duck is up there protecting all of us. All right. You're right, Mary. We don't talk enough about our mental health struggles. And I think I have an indication as to why we don't. Let me tell y'all something. Nothing in the world scares more people than the idea of losing their mind. I need y'all to understand something. mental health is as important as physical health. You see all these guys in the gym getting swole and eating, factor and this, that, and the third, but nobody talks about this in here because it scares us. I've always said my mind is the greatest enemy and opponent I have ever had because my mind knows me better than I know me. In here, there is shit going on and conversations that are being had that none of you know that literally affect how I see the world. Mary said, I had something happen last week that triggered my abandonment issue. Abandoned issues severely. See? And today I don't want you to just be coffee bean. Today I also want you to be human being. Today. Not just coffee beans, but human being. Because I want you all to understand not just yourself. Morning, Nana. I love you so much. Not just yourself, but the people around you and the people that love you. I need y'all to understand something. We live in a time and a place where mental health is not even really discussed the way it should be. I found out about 2 weeks ago that in addition to clinical depression, I also suffer from PTSD. One of the reasons I want to do a crowdfunding or whatever to do this documentary is because of that. It's insidious. I will tell you a story from my time in uniform. At one point, and I'm being open and honest about this. At one point, I thought my battalion commander and my battalion sergeant major, my company commander, and my company first sergeant were trying to kill me. I really thought that. I thought they were trying to kill me. And when I say I thought it, not only did I think it, but I was going to pick up some medicine. I was going to pick up some Adderall from the hospital. And I had my Camaro. This is back when I was driving my Camaro. So I go in, I'm sitting there waiting on my meds. And I look over, and my battalion XO is there, and I freaked out. And I mean, I freaked out. I started sweating. My hands got real clammy. I almost had an anxiety attack. Like it started to literally, you know what I mean? Like my vision was blurry and stuff like that. I got my meds and ran. I didn't even walk. I ran out of the goddamn hospital. And then when I got into my Camaro, I thought they had, put a bomb underneath. This is as truthful as I can make it. As truthful as I can make it. That thought process led to me spending 2 days in a psych ward over the 4th of July weekend. I have bad news. I can't afford my medicine, and I feel I felt horrible since last night. I won't be as active in the chat today because of it. I'm sorry. Harley, if you need our help, Harley, we can help you. I don't have much, but if you need something, we got you. You know that. That was the second time I had been put in a psych ward. I spent 6 days in the psych ward in Youngsan, Korea for suicidal ideation. Now, I'm not telling any of you this for sympathy. This was years ago. And thank you, Mary. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Mary. I don't say any of this for sympathy or anything like that. I say it because I want to humanize mental health. I want to humanize the struggles we all go through because we now live in a time where it is all about hyper masculinity, nationalism wrapped up as patriotism. We are inundated with the tough guy and the tough girl and the tough this and the tough that. And we're all suffering because of it. I'd I'd really appreciate it, but I feel bad for having to ask because I have to ask y'all so much already. I appreciate every time someone helps me and my mom. Harley, stop that. Harley, don't ever do that. Harley, you're part of our family now. You understand that. You're a coffee bean. I, from the bottom of my heart, I thank Jamila for introducing you to this show. I thank Jamila, and I thank you for coming in day after day, being in the chat, being active in the Discord, laughing, joking, helping people out. If you need help and we got it, then you got it. Period. That's the way my mama raised me. Hey, thank you, that guy. Thank you. Mental health in America has always been dog shit. Always. We take no credence in it. We put no stock in it. We don't even talk. Ken Cousins, good morning, brother. Hey, Ken, I want to do a collab. I want you to come on The Villain's View. Reach out to Smoking Hot Mess Jess, and I want to sit down. I want to have an interview with you on The Villain's View, and I know you do a show. If you ever need me to come on or ever need anybody from the guild to come on, please let me know. We give lip service to how great we are, but we don't really talk about what's going on in here. We don't. The mentality of America, the mindset of America, has always been one of we ignore anything that makes us look vulnerable and instead focus on everything that makes us powerful. You can punch the shit out of a person. You can punch the shit out of a wall. How do you punch sadness? How do you punch depression? How you doing? What kind of strength? What kind of strength do you need to punch depression? I go through feelings on abandonment. I have no family to turn to, and I feel totally alone. And Nana J, this is why you are important to me. I've told y'all the story about Nana J. And hell, some of y'all that have watched the show and have been in the chat saw the day where Nana J just voluntarily said, okay, I'm your Nana. Because I had said over and over, I never had grandmothers. In fact, I had to walk around with the distinction of being the first child on my mother's side of the family to be born after my grandmother passed away. That specter of death followed me. People would remind me on like my 5th birthday that my grandmother had been gone for 5 years. They'd remind me on my 10th birthday that my grandmother had been gone 10 years. They reminded me on my 25th birthday that my grandmother had been gone 25 years. That specter followed me. Followed me. And at first, I learned to live with it. But then my mother passed away December 4th. She lived exactly 1 day more than my grandmother did. But they both died in December. And this mentally sits in my head. It does. Mandy the Mangler with the $19.99 super chat.
Donations, gifts.
This thing followed me my entire life. There's a rapper by the name of Copyright that made a song called June, right? Now, Copyright is a white rapper and blah, blah, blah. But I love this song, especially the end. The second half of that song is him talking to his father. All right, hold on, 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 hold on. All right, we got. I'm bad to hide when my mental is bad because I always say, but this person has it worse. Witchy, don't do that. Don't do that anymore. Do not do that anymore. Don't. Let me tell y'all something. It's not about who had it worse when you're going through this. Okay? Dred said, my mother doesn't understand how I suffer from depression. She said, you make six figures, you live in a nice home, you drive two cars, you have a career, you're beautiful. What are you depressed about? That's America in a nutshell. That's how we operate on shit. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Thomas Bishop, I really appreciate it, but I feel bad having it back. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Harley. Let me tell y'all something. You can find the most shallow human beings, the people that deal with the depression and anxiety, the worst by the people that throw out how much money and cars and clothes and shit that they have. Money ain't never stopped depression, bitch. I wish it could, but it won't. Money will never stop depression. I remember one night winning $4,000 in a casino. 4 G's. They cashed me out $1,000 and gave me a check for the other three. I have $4,000 in my hand. And then I started paying bills. Then I started fixing up my car. Then I started to take care of the rent, bought food. And I watched it go from 4,000 to 3,000, 3,000 to 2,000, 2,000 to 1,000, 1,000 to 900, 800, 700, 600. And I wasn't depressed because the money was leaving. I promise you that. But I was depressed because all I did was pay the bills. I never found any enjoyment in that. I didn't buy no new clothes. I didn't buy no new car. So the depression was I live in a society that even with $4,000 where you think you're the man, life still wants you to pay for shit. You still got to pay for gas. You still got to pay for food. You still got to pay for shelter. And in this society, we tell everybody that bootstraps is the way to go. We don't talk about community. We don't talk about loving in that community. You know why racism exists in the first place? Because of the because of the phrase the other. We are so afraid of the other. The other. The other. They're gonna come take my stuff. They're gonna come take my home. They're gonna come touch my children. They're gonna come rape my wife. The other. What do you do when the other is in here? What do you do when it's in here? I think I've talked about this on the show before, but there is a version of me in my head that is absolutely 100% perfect. 100% perfect. He takes the flaws of his life and he turns them into, motivations and fuel to be better and better and better. He's a great husband. He's a great father. He's a great lover. He's a great friend. He's a great leader. He has mirrored my life since I was about 5. And Angry, I know you're going to hate me for this, but I have to say it truthfully. I hate that motherfucker. I hate that motherfucker with everything in me. I have never wanted to beat somebody to death more. This perfect version of myself. Because with that perfect version of myself in my head, you know what else comes with it? Judging myself. Every flaw, every mistake, everything I've ever done is put through a microscope of a person that doesn't exist. And how effed up I am compared to that. That's my mental health, kid. That's my mind. See, again, You will never have a greater opponent than your own mind. Your mind can flash you to pleasure and pain, and there's nothing you can do about it because you can't control it. You cannot control it. Men that have seen bloodshed, men that have seen bodies blown apart in war and things of that nature, ask them how easy is it to shut their mind off, and they will tell you that they can't. They can't. You can't shut that damn thing down. Yeah, Random Rod, it's up, new page. And then you get people that will try to fill that darkness with stuff. I got so much stuff. Look at my stuff. Stuff is everything. Stuff doesn't stop horrible nightmares. Has owning a Bugatti ever stopped a nightmare? Be honest. Be honest. Be honest. People who don't know I have epilepsy say I'm a, quote, bad employee because I have to, quote, miss so much work. They think I'm playing hooky, but I'm bedridden for 3 days. And Erica, does that not play in here? Does that not play in here? Does that not mess with you in here? How many of you that work a 9-to-5 job? How many of you that work a 9-to-5 job, even where you can pay all your bills, but you look at how much time you've missed with the friends and the family, how many of you feel bad about it? And don't lie to me, because I know you do. If you miss a daughter's birthday, or you miss a son's football game, or if you miss your niece's graduation and things of that nature because you are out here trying to get stuff, how many of you feel bad? How many? Because in the back of your head, you're thinking, I'm not a good person. I missed this. I missed that. I didn't do this. I'm so bad. I'm a horrible person. I've told y'all on this show many times, I love me. I just don't like myself. And I don't. And I know some people are going, Thomas, how can you do that? It's quite simple. I love the person I am. I love the person that I am. I love the person that I am. I love that I have a huge heart. I love the fact that I genuinely care. No matter what you hear about my ass on social media, Thomas Bishop or Thomas McCormick actually gives a shit about humanity, about people that don't know me, people that have never met me, but people that know me through TikTok or YouTube or whatever. I genuinely care. So I love that part of me. I just don't like how I got here. I don't. I do not. In my family, there are 5 children. Through my mother and father, somehow we filtered into these slots, right? This is our, you know what I mean? My oldest sister has always been the second mother, always been the second mother. She's 9 years older than me, but she's much older than that to my other siblings. And she looked out for us. She was, her and my mom took care of us, bought us Christmas presents and stuff like that. So her role has always been the second mother. My sister Lizzie, her role is the fighting spirit of the McCormicks. Lizzie was born deaf in her left ear and left-handed. She thinks this is thank you, Ken. Thank you. I was abused and starved as a child, and I grew up thinking stuff would fix everything. As a young adult, the way of thinking effed me up. Took forever to fix that. And that's exactly what I'm talking about, Ken. That's what I'm talking about. So my sister Lizzie has always been the fighter. You don't start nothing with Lizzie. Lizzie don't start nothing with you. But if you start something with Lizzie, she's going to try to finish it. I've told you throughout my life, I've always said if I ever find myself looking down a dark alley, and there are 3 men there, and I turn around, and my sister Lizzie and my sister Dottie, who my oldest friend, who I call my sister. If the two of them behind me, I know we're fine because we gonna go. If we gonna go, we gonna go together. I've always said that. My brother Rocky is tradition. He is old school. He likes his Matlock. He likes his Walker Texas Ranger. Do not ask me why. He is the one that reminds us that we're McCormick's and we have the look and the feel. We're McCormick. My sister Quisha, even though I don't speak to her anymore, she was our exploration, our desire to see things. Because our father basically was he was an over the road trucker. So basically, we all have a little bit of wanderer within us. My job, my position was the night. I was the one that was going to go out and be the person to fight the battle. I was. I'm the one that if somebody's going to fight and go to jail, Thomas is going to go to jail. If somebody's going to fight and get his ass beat up, Thomas is going to do it. Nobody else in the family would ever have to take a punch because I would be there. But I also discovered that I didn't see anything else about myself. Naturally, I would have joined the military. Naturally. I told you I wanted to do it since I was 7 years old. You have 2 broken people in my mother and my father creating 5 broken people. And those 5 broken people try to use those pieces to make a world for themselves. And I know my story is not unique. I know for a fact, black, white, native, Latino, it doesn't matter. I know these stories are not unique, but nobody talks about the mental toll that these stories take on you. Take Ken, for example. Ken, I'm going to read what Ken said. Ken Cousin. He said, I was abused and starved as a child, and I grew up thinking stuff would fix everything. As a young adult, the way of thinking effed me up. Took me forever to fix that. Now imagine being Ken in a world where you have been abused, where you have been starved, where you realize food was a luxury. Not being abused was a luxury. That turns you into some different type of person. Because in here, the person in here is fed and loved and not mistreated and not malnourished and things of that nature. You hate that mother effer. You can't stand that bitch. So you fight your ass off not to be that person. You do everything you possibly can not to be that person. To not be the person in your head. You're trying to, well, I'll show you. I've got stuff. I got cars and houses. And look at my money. But it's hollow. Hollow. It's worth moissanite. It is worth fuck all. Because you find no pleasure in that stuff. Because the stuff is supposed to fill the void. Material shit is supposed to fill the void in your head. And you discover that it doesn't. Oh, it may take you a year or 2 or 10, but you will discover that it doesn't work. Mine was sex. Mine was sex. When I did something great, got to get laid. When I did something poorly, got to get laid. When I was depressed, got to get laid. When I was happy, got to get laid. It was me trying to distance myself from the void. But the void never left. I could sleep with 25 women in a day. By the time I get ready to go to 26, the void is back. You cannot change that. You can't. And that is what leads to us breaking down. How many of you have had a depressive state that lasted longer than one day? How many of you have had depressions that lasted longer than a week? How many of you had depressions that lasted longer than a month? How many of you had depression that lasted longer than a year? Again, I am not trying to play a role. There is no reason for me to pretend. 2008 was the worst depression year of my life. The worst. I'll tell you how it happened. So I was in the Army Reserves. I got a chance to go to some training in Fort Sam Houston. And I got a chance to go on active duty, get active duty pay. I was on the base. I did the salutes. I loved every minute of it. And I said, you know what? This is what I want to do. I'm young enough. Well, I'm in my mid 30s. I think I can do it. I think I can do it. I know I can do it. Called a wife. She said, I think you can do it. So I finally got a chance to talk to a recruiter and things of that nature, right? And then they said, yeah, you have a good chance to go. I'm ready to sign my contract. And then a thought occurred to me. My wife had never left her parents. I felt bad about that. My kid's dad was sick. My stepkid's dad was sick. He would eventually die from it, from cancer. I felt bad that I was taking him away from him. I felt bad that I was leaving my mother. Where I lived at in Lee Summit, I was 15 minutes away from my mom's house. Now here I am getting ready to go on active duty, hoping they give me Kansas, praying they give me Kansas. But I got Georgia instead. This shit weighed on me like you would not believe. And I'm not talking about a little bit of weight. I'm talking heavy, heavy, heavy on me. We got a $5
Donations, gifts.
The one and only Dread Impact. Tomorrow I celebrate 6 years of sobriety. I was such a mess. Forgot I was allergic to morphine, chasing oxygen with vodka, had to be hospitalized. I'm just glad you're here. Dread, you know that. This shit weighed on me to the point where all I could think of was how fucked up I was. And then the depression began. It lasted from April until January of 2009. I slept 2 hours, maybe 3 hours a day. I'd come to bed at 3, be up at 6. I did not eat. I lived off of coffee and cigarettes. I watched a bootleg copy of The Dark Knight that I had gotten from my daughter's mom. I watched it back to back to back every day for 2 weeks straight. I know that movie probably better than I know any other movie I've ever seen. It is also a trigger for me. My wife knows if she ever comes into the house and I'm watching The Dark Knight, something's wrong. She will tell you this. She will tell you this. My wife knows if she walks in the door and she sees The Dark Knight playing, I'm in trouble. I started to adopt the mentality of that movie. My best friend in the world, the only person I talked to in that house was a cat by the name of Midnight. It was black. And I think Midnight, in a lot of ways, knew that I was in a bad place because when I did get to sleep, she would lay on either between my legs or on my chest. I had a fear of going in my own basement because I could see myself hanging. And the first person that would have found me would have been my daughter, Kendra. I didn't want that. So I was afraid to go in the basement. One day, when it got so bad that I had been crying all morning. Now, mind you, my kids went to school, my wife went to work, I did not. So I'm in this house by myself with nothing but this goddamn cat and some dogs. One day, I woke up and I was just in tears. I was crying. I was crying. Mental, okay, I'm restricted for 10 minutes for talking about mental health. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. I get ready to walk down in the basement. And that's when midnight sprang into action. Midnight stood in front of that damn basement door and would not let me open it up. That's why when Midnight died, I cried. Hard, hard, cried tears. Hard tears because of that. That's how much I love that cat. And to this very day, I miss that cat every day. Right? So I'm telling you all of this because I want to humanize not just me, but I want to also humanize the idea of being not okay. I know, Jelly Roll or Jelly Bean or whatever the fuck, whatever his name is, made that song, I'm Not Okay. I get that. I understand that. But it's one thing to sing it, it's another thing to say it. Which I spent the better part of a year in a bottle after I was SA. It took 3 years to get him arrested. Then 5 years later, I had to testify again to prove he was a serial. I don't remember all of my 20s. I want y'all to look at these stories. The ones that you guys are telling me and the ones that you're not. I want you to look at them. Now, in America, if we just looked at it from the American's perspective, this is what made you a strong man. This is what made you a strong woman. You persevered. You overcame. At what cost? At what cost? At what cost? You're going to celebrate the victory, but forget what it was that you had to go through to get that victory. And I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that's not how I work. That is not how I operate. That's not how I operate. I can't. I cannot. You see, I carry my baggage with me. I don't let it go. It's a way to remind me of how much I'm not okay. I never get too full of myself because I know I ain't shit. I will tell you that in the beginning. I will say I ain't shit. I'm not. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I mean, well, I vape. I don't do hard drugs and heroin and crack. I don't do none of that. But I'm telling you, I ain't shit. Can we not be safe? I love you. I ain't shit. Now, is that based on anything I've physically done? Have I kicked a one-eyed puppy? Have I snatched a baby? Have I smacked a woman? No. It's what's in here. It's what's in here. And ladies and gentlemen, sometimes people lose their fight with depression. They do. Sometimes people lose their fight with depression. I don't look at it as taking your own life. I look at it as losing the battle with depression. My wife was telling me when I was in the midst of this that the kids didn't know what was going on. And she tried to explain it to them. But all they saw was me just being lazy and laying around and not doing anything. Depression is one of those things that you don't see the scars. So people believe all we have to do is just think positive. There's no thinking positive in the darkness. I'm sorry. I'm going to say that again. There is no thinking positive in the darkness. None. There is no thinking your way out of the darkness. And people lose that fight. I am shaped by a suicide. I am shaped by a suicide. Every one of you has seen the picture, just didn't know what it was. What's going on, Libra? Every one of you have seen the picture. It's been in my background several times. You just didn't know what it was. Her name was Anya Whitley. At one point, I thought I was in love with her. At one point, I thought she was in love with me. She was an older woman. I wasn't a kid. I wasn't like 25. I wasn't like 19 or nothing. I was like 20, 25 years old. She was in a piss poor relationship with a man that had 4 kids. I met her at church. Anya finally left the man that had brought her so much pain and got into a relationship with a woman. This woman abused her, pissed on her, hit her in the face, abused her kids, and she finally got the courage to leave this woman and get into a relationship with another woman. Now, mind you, the whole time I told you I'm in love with this woman. My mother said, "Hey, you probably shouldn't date her. She's got 4 kids." And I listened, and I shouldn't have. Well, because of the abuse that Anya had between her, the boyfriend, and the father of her children, and the woman that she left her boyfriend for, her and the girlfriend got into an argument. Anya was drunk. Anya was drunk, and she picked up a pew and threatened to do something to herself if her girlfriend left her. Every day I think maybe it was an accident. It had to be. It had to be an accident. She lived for 4 hours afterward. I am shaped by that. I had lost my father August 18th of 1998. My uncle died earlier that year. A family friend who I considered an uncle died a few weeks after him. And for those 3 deaths, I was prepared. This gentleman had cancer and diabetes and things of that nature. So an illness took away my father and 2 of my uncles. Cancer took away my father and my uncle. I wasn't prepared for this. I wasn't. It hit me like a ton of bricks. All right. Good, good, good. Make sure y'all are checking on him. Make sure y'all love on Chris and let him know we love him, please. I wasn't prepared. No, Miss Boss Diva, I'm giving you guys a show about mental health. I was not prepared for this. She died on a Monday. I didn't find out till Wednesday. Her funeral was Saturday. That became the formation of the darkness that has always lived in me. I used to have blue days. I'd be a little sad, and I'm a hyperactive kid. I'm sad for about an hour, and I'm running around after that. But as I got older, they got longer. I started having nightmares when I was 17 years old. I didn't get medication for them until 2013. From 1989 to 2013. Good morning, Ashley, your beautiful, beautiful self. Ashley, we being real today, so strap in. I've always said I think I'm clinically insane because I've seen myself die in several thousand ways. From 89 to 2013, come on now. Every night, new nightmare. Some of them were, yeah. Some of them were like, wow, hold on, don't talk to me for 5 minutes while I wake up. I'm telling you all of this not because I am trying to garner sympathy. I'm telling you this because I am a human. And as a human being, I'm going to go through shit. There isn't enough money in the world that could stop the shit that I've seen, the shit that I've lived through. There isn't a dollar amount that could take away the shit in here. There isn't. There's not a dollar amount. And I'm going to tell y'all something. Beware of anybody that tries to tell you that there is a way out of depression that involves materialistic shit. You better watch their ass. You better watch it. We all go through this. I'm not unique. My story isn't unique. My story is just my story. Doesn't make me unique. It makes me a human goddamn being. Be wary of anybody that tells you to ignore this shit by putting more shit in front of it, putting more shit, more stuff, more money, more clothes, more cars. Be wary of them. Because those people are going to inevitably be accountable for your fault. You can have enough Lamborghinis, but if you crash one and your ass is stuck in the hospital, what are you going to be doing? You can have all these big ass houses, but inevitably you're going to end up in one alone. Then what you got? How much money in the bank can solve depression? You think Peter Thiel and Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos don't have this shit? Of course they do. Because these men are inadequate. And they know they're inadequate. It's not just us seeing this, it's them seeing this. And if you don't think, they don't sit in the dark sometimes and go, none of this makes me better. You're a goddamn liar. You are a goddamn liar. But in America, we like to pretend. We love pretending. We love it. Pretend is great. The actual real life reality of the shit that goes on in your head, the real life reality of the one opponent on the face of the earth you can't beat because that opponent knows you better than you. That is the ugly side of it. That's the side we don't like talking about. And Nana, the day you do, I will hug you like you would not believe. That's the part we don't like, though. That's that weakness. Remember that weakness. Can't look weak. Can't look weak. I got to look accomplished. Can't look weak. Can't look weak. Weak in America, or saying I don't want to look weak in America, has probably unalived more people than you can possibly imagine, because those folks saw taking their own life as an acceptable solution to not breaking down in public. Argue with your mama. Argue with me. I am guaranteeing you this. I am telling you this honestly. How many people being raised with that don't look weak shit, when a moment where your mind is hurting you, where you are sad and depressed and you just want to be hugged and you want to belong, how many people have decided it's better for me to take myself out than it is for me to deal with this? Because we do not put an emphasis on loving ourselves and taking care of this. Oh, sure, you can go to the gym, get swole meat for no reason, but your depression don't give a goddamn about your body fat. I'm telling you this. Depression does not give a shit about your muscle mass. Depression don't give a goddamn about the size of your biceps. It doesn't care. It will eat you alive. We all feel inadequate in some way. And be weary of somebody that says, I'm not inadequate to anybody. You're a goddamn lie. You're a goddamn lie. You're lying. You know damn well there are moments that you do not feel like you belong someplace, or moments you do not feel like you're good enough to be in this situation. Don't play with that shit. As a veteran, I know people that ended their lives. I had friends that took themselves out. And for me to pretend like they had weakness because they just didn't fight through it it's disrespectful to them. It is. Because I know that darkness, baby. I know it. I know it intimately. It's been the safe space for me. I knew it was bad. I knew I probably shouldn't have been safe there, but I was. That darkness is the safest place we know, but it's also the place that hurts us the most. That isolation kills us. How many of y'all right now are in a relationship with somebody that you don't tell them all of the heartbreaking things that go on in your head? How many? How many of y'all have a spouse or a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a baby mama, baby daddy, whoever, that you don't tell them everything? You tell them what they might need to hear. You'll tell them what they might actually, the good parts are asked. You don't tell them everything. And why? Because you always feel like you're burdening them. You always feel like you're burdening them, don't you? That if you truly opened up and did all the things that normal people would want you to do, talk, open up, cry, and things of that nature, you feel like you will be burdening them. Again, y'all not about to sit here and get me to lie about myself. I'm not going to. I think when I slept around, it was my way of not talking about it. I know that sounds whatever, but it's true. I think by a different woman every night, whatever, I was able to escape it for a little bit. Probably because I was single. Somebody else there. I went home alone. It was me and my brother. He had his room, I had mine. There was nobody there. I was single. Nobody to talk to. And then when I would get into relationships, I wouldn't tell the people I was in relationships the whole truth. Are you nuts? Have them looking at me like I'm weak? Nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm not. No. Let me go cheat. Because that way it's better than talking about how sad I am. Oh, I really love you. Let me go cheat on you with 2 or 3 other people because I don't want to talk about the fact that I don't think I'm good enough for you. I don't think I deserve you. Let me go cheat. Prove that point. That's what I'll be right back. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go sleep with 3 or 4 different women just because I believe I don't deserve to have you in my life. I'll be back. How many of you do shit that is self-destructive? You ruin a good job, ruin a good relationship. You got a great relationship with your mom and your dad, and they're helping you out. You ruin it. Because somewhere in the back of your head, you're like, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this. So let me destroy it. Let me tear it apart. Let me go ahead and do that. Let me blow it down. Let me burn it all the way down. Because I don't deserve it. I don't. Oh, it's a good thing? Yeah, I'm about to ruin it. Hold on, let me ruin it right quick. Again, we're trying to escape something that's with us all the time. We're trying to escape that. Your heart tells you you're a good person. You do deserve this love. You do deserve this affection. You worked your ass off. You do deserve all these accolades. But your mind is like, bitch, you ain't worth all of this. You are not worth all of this. You're not. Who are you? Hey, bitch, I know you. I know you. No matter what your heart is telling you, your mind knows you. Like, bitch, I know you. Come on. Come on. You'll fuck it up. Watch. You'll fuck it up. You'll find a way to fuck it up. You have a great relationship, you will cheat and fuck it up. Trust, I know you, buddy. I know you. I know you. Hey, you have this great ass job. You are leading people. You'll do all the drugs. You'll fuck it up. I know you. It's your mind talking to you. How you beat that? There's not a scientist, a psychologist, or amount of pills that beats that. They don't. I work so much better. I work so much because I can't fix. I can fix trains. I can't fix me. I can't fix my depression. I can't fix my infertility. And you know these things about yourself. If Dredd saw herself the way I see Dredd, Dredd would be in love with herself. If I saw me the way Dredd sees me, I would think I was a great dude. Neither one of us can. We see every single solitary mistake. Be safe, Libra. Be safe, brother. I see every single mistake. I want to be honest about something. After my depressive episode, I felt immense guilt for saying that I wanted to kill myself. There was a whole lot of guilt and a whole lot of shame. And to be honest, that shame is still there. I feel like I am silently begging for y'all's forgiveness for saying and wanting such a horrible thing. I wanted to hurt myself so effing bad that day just to get back at the world. And after that, I immediately felt like I just hurt and disappointed everyone that day. You didn't, Magpie. You didn't. You did not disappoint anyone. You don't have to make up for that. You were human. You were human. Human. Not a series of things. A series of you. Republican and Democrat are just words. The humans are what give them life. Red states and blue states just mean voting populations. It's the humans that vote. Men, women, trans, gay, straight. These are titles or designations. There are humans underneath them. That is what I struggle with every day. I can be as full of rage as I want to be. And trust me, ladies and gentlemen, I have a lot of it. I once said that I am so angry that if I ever let it out, I'd go to jail or I'd be dead. It is hard packed. It is years in the making. It is rage on top of rage. My wife will tell you it is my default setting is rage. but I also know love. I just don't think I deserve it. This is Bob Osborne, so named by my grandchildren. Bob Osborne, Bob Osborne, Bob Osborne. My grandkids love me. I don't spend time with them. Why? Because I don't think I deserve that love. I don't. I was talking to E the other day about this. Him and I, Professor Moriarty and myself, have so many similarities. I really do think we're twins. We may be fraternal, but I really do think we're twins. We have so many parallels. He's in the UK, I'm here. One of the things that we talked about was this feeling of not deserving. This feeling of not deserving what we have. We have beautiful wives who love us dearly. And the two of us don't think we deserve either one of them. I've been with that woman almost 22 years. Next year will be our 20th wedding anniversary. 20 years as husband and wife. And I don't think there's been a day where I feel like I've ever deserved her. For the class, who else feels the same way? Who else has children that love the shit out of them that they don't think they deserve? You have friends who are loyal to you for years. And you over here wondering, why are you still here? I feel like that because I don't see the good person everybody else does. This is why when I hear shit about myself, I can laugh. Misogynistic, homophobic, or this or that, and I laugh at it. Because you're not about to bash me better than I can bash my black ass. Are you out of your mind? I have a cottage industry, bitch. I don't have to use doctored videos or a voicemail or some comment. I don't need to do none of that. I know me better than you do. So when I know the shit that's hit because I'm doing it to my goddamn self. Thomas Bishop's homophobic. No. Thomas Bishop isn't. What Thomas Bishop is a shitty friend. Here's some examples. Tick, 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 tick. What you got? Well, I think I feel, bitch. I know. What are you talking about? I am the I know over here. Exactly. You can't bash a person that's lived in the goddamn dark about themselves for 20, 30, 40, 50 goddamn. You are out of your mind. You can't insult somebody that will insult themselves better than you can. Who will live with lies about themselves in here. What you gonna do? What can you possibly do? Oh, well, you know, he's cheated. Yes. Is that the best you got? No, baby, you putting out lowball numbers, baby. No. If we gonna cheat, let's talk about the cheating. Let's talk about the cheating. I've got the stories. How you gonna sit up and tell me about some shit I tell myself all the time? How? No one can bash me better than me. Now, I can say that in confidence. Ken can say that in confidence. Most of y'all can say that in confidence, but you know what that says out loud? You have hurt inside of you that is never healed. You have pain inside of you that you literally cannot deal with. You have never dealt with. When I find out people are talking about my flaws, I give them the itemized list and say, now let's talk about me. Murr said, I can't thank Thomas and the Coffee Beans enough because when I was in the edge of dark place, I found Thomas and the sound of coffee. You're not about to sit here and beat me up better than I beat me up. But the fact that I can say that shows the problem. And sure, somebody can tell you the power of love will pull you out of this dark place. Everybody and their grandmother know the power of love is great, is a great song, but that shit is not a strategy to get out of depression. I'm sorry, it's not. It is not. I've told y'all, I was a daredevil. I was a ne'er-do-well. I was a devil-may-cry kind of guy, even as an adult, because I wasn't afraid of death. I was afraid of dying alone, no doubt about it, but I was never afraid of death. And then my mother passed away. And that fear came back. It has stayed with me every day since, every minute since. I'm furiously trying to do different things. I want to do a documentary. I want the radio station. I want a television. I'm doing all of these things because I am afraid to die and leave things unsaid and undone. You're right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to fill my life with a bunch of stuff, but it ain't for me. It's for the people I have loved, the circle around me. Because I don't think I'm worth anything. Shit ain't about me. It ain't about me. Y'all think I want to make a documentary, sell it, and get an Academy Award because of my ego? No, I want to do it so I can pay off this goddamn house so my wife doesn't have to worry about it. So that my wife and my kids and grandkids have a place of their own, something my father never had, something my grandfather never had. I'm looking at generational wealth, and I'm also looking at the fact that I won't be here when it happens. I don't think I'm going to be essential to that situation because I don't see any worth in Thomas. I see worth in the legacy that Thomas leaves, not Thomas. Tell me how effed up that is. If you have children, have you ever looked at your children and said, you know what? They're going to be so much better when I'm not here. How many of you have said that about someone or something? You look at your children and you go, wow, I want to build a future where they can live and have the greatest time ever, but you don't see yourself in it. Raise your hand. I don't. I don't see myself in that. That's where that darkness is, kid. That's where it lives. The sacrifice. You're going to be the one that's going to step on a grenade and blow up, but hey, everybody will be fine. Ken, I've told you this since day one. You and I are way, way, way too much alike, sir. The bluster and anger that y'all have ever seen in any one of my videos comes from a true and honest place. That place is something called this shit ain't right. But I'm not saying it's not right for me. I'm saying it's not right, period, for everyone. I'm willing to stand my black ass out there and be hated if that means your kids and your grandkids and my grandkids and everybody else's kids around the world don't have to suffer through this shit. But I'm not there to see it, baby. I know that. That is a given. My black ass ain't going to be there. My black ass is not going to be there. Thomas, We, the coffee beans, are all a bunch of imperfect people laughing together and crying together sometimes. Anything to keep each other's head is above water. And Jamila, that's one of the reasons I love y'all so much. I have thought over and over what would happen if I'm not here. There's no, you know what I mean? There's no happy ending for Tom. Nah. Nah. No, Thomas gets a box, a folded flag, a 21 gun salute, and a box. That's what he gets. But here's the thing, kid. That perfect version of myself in here, that perfect version of myself in here, only exists because I have never accepted and embraced everything that makes me who I am. How many of you, there's something about yourself you've never told the world? You ain't got to tell me what it is. You don't. But how many of you hide a piece of yourself from the world? Maybe you're an accomplished writer, but you've never published anything because you're afraid of how bad it is. Maybe you are an incredible singer, but you hide it from the world because you're afraid you don't sound like Beyonce or Adele or whatever. Maybe you love men as a man. Maybe you love women as a woman, as a woman. Maybe there's a part of you that cries and whose heart breaks at war pictures. You have compassion, but you don't show it because in compassion, this world doesn't love compassion. This love doesn't love empathy. So you hide it. Now, everybody that said that there is something about themselves that they hide from the world, how many of you cover that up with something else? Maybe it's your lifestyle. Maybe it's your views on certain things. Maybe a lot of y'all are more socialist than you really want to let on, but you know what you covered up with? Anger. Anger, humor. You never cover it up with the truth. You simply cover it up with something else because you know the world will tear you apart if you're ever to show that side of you. You know how crazy it is? People will sit up and tell you all the time, I didn't know you had this side in you. That's my point. That's exactly my point. We give the world one version of ourselves, the one that's in here. And that one in here isn't real. Never was. It's not real. But we give it to the world. We'll give them a persona. That's why people can't tell the difference between an honest person or an honest acting person. Do you know why we have to say it's all men until it's no men? Because men do not play the true version of themselves. They play the version that people will like. All of the victims of the Epstein man, it was because he gave them a version that would be palatable. I'll give you some money. I hope you be a model. But on the inside, he was a monster. He was a monster from jump. There was never any time in his life he was not a monster. The man's been a monster since jump. But he hid it. His personal flaws was that he was a monster. But he hid it. How many women have to play a role, and when y'all get home and let that bitch go, you feel drained? How many women right now are in a public setting, a job site, or around friends or family and things of that? Love you, Erica. Be safe out there, please. How many women are now giving a role to the world? When you get home, don't you feel drained? Don't you feel tired? It's because you've been pretending for 8 to 12 hours. We pretend. We hide behind masks, every one of us. We hide behind masks, every one of us, myself included. Myself included. Because the person on the other side of that mask is somebody I don't want you to know. I don't want you to know the sadness that I carry. I don't want you to know the heartbreak that I carry. I don't want you to know the feelings of inadequacy that I have about myself. I don't want you to know that shit. Because in America, that's weakness. Admitting that you have depression is weakness. The alpha bros, the podcast bros, the alpha he-man types, what are they always saying is the number one thing you should not have? Weakness. Because if you have weakness, people can take advantage of it. It always goes hand in hand with that. You're afraid somebody's going to use that against you. The problem is the person that uses it against you all the goddamn time is you. You use it against yourself. You do. You use those things against yourself. Imagine if you could live as the person you want to be. Some of y'all might not change. It might be a simple flip. It'd be all right. But some of you might literally have drastic changes if you could just be yourself. But while you're running around saying, I can't show these flaws, I can't show this weakness because somebody will take advantage of it, the person that is taking advantage of it right now is you. You were taking advantage of it. This is why you don't talk about it. This is why you don't show it. It ain't got shit to do with what's on the outside world. It's about what you do to yourself. You put on those masks not for them, but for you. You hide those feelings not for them, but for you. You lie to yourself. You lie about what it is that scares you, that breaks your heart, that makes you have this longing inside of you. You lie to yourself. Morning, Dottie, I love you. And why? Why? Why are you worried in your own head about what other people will say if you become the person you are supposed to be? Why? I'm going to say something out loud. There are men in the world that enjoy the attention, the sex, and the affection of other men. Why is that a problem? Oh, I know. Shame. Is it? Hey, you got to put the shame in. This depression stew does not get stirred without shame. Shame. If you're a plus size person and you've looked yourself in the mirror while you were naked and felt bad, what was the first thing that hit you? Shame. To love who you want to love would look different to other people, including your friends and family. Shame. So you got fear and shame. Fear and shame. None of this shit gets moving as far as depression is concerned without shame. It don't go nowhere. Shame leads us all to that very dark place. It's where we can't get out because we put ourselves there in the first place. Shame. That's why you hide the pieces of you, because you're ashamed of them. Now, in some grand sense, especially in 2026, nobody would care. We joke all the time about Lindsey Graham being a gay man. We don't joke because he's gay. We joke about the fact of him trying to hide it as if we all can't see it. Dog, be happy. What leads that man not to embrace what we all know to be true? Shame. Shame. The South Carolina voters would be really mad and upset if they found out I was gay. Who gives a damn about them? You gonna put the thought process and the what is it, the backlash of an entire state versus your own goddamn life? Are you kidding me? The reason podcast bros and those alpha he-man red pill types piss me off so bad is because they want you to live a life where all you have is the shit you can show, but never show the shame. Never deal with the fear. Never deal with the feelings of inadequacy. The red pill movement is no emotions, just hard meat and running to a wall. And there's no room at all for shame, for fear, for feelings of inadequacy. There's no room for it. You got to push that shit down. You got to kick it out. You got to get rid of it. You got to it's got to go. It's got to go. Got to go. But how much shit can you put between yourself and yourself? When ain't nobody around, when ain't no cameras going, when there's no microphones in front of you, and it's just you in a room by your goddamn self, how hard can you run? How much money can you put between you and your own goddamn mind? How much? And I'm going to tell you a little secret, kids. It does not matter how much you think you can. You don't have enough money, enough houses, enough cars, enough pussy, enough watches, enough podcasts and shit to hide yourself from you. And trust me, I know this personally because I've tried it. I tried it. I tried to be everything but me. I didn't try to mimic other goddamn people. I made up shit. I made up everything to hide from having that one goddamn conversation with myself. I don't like me. I could fuck my way from here to California and then fuck my way back. At the end of it, do you know what I have? Shame and fear. Shame and fear. The greatest opponent I've ever had in my life is this. I can't run from it. Can't hide from it. Can't duck around corners from it. It's always there. It is always there, judging me. It is always there critiquing me. It is always there talking down to me. It is always there telling me I ain't shit. And all this furious fucking that I've done between here and California, all that's doing is giving it fuel to the damn fire. And I hate myself even more. And the cycle continues over and over and over ad infinitum. And no one ever tells us to just stop. There is no other advocate in your own head, which is why you have to be the advocate for yourself. Here's how you start. And I'm not telling you this like I've got this shit figured out. I'm telling you this because I'm trying to do the damn shit myself, okay? So let's get this out of the way. Thomas is not an expert or a person that's trying to make y'all think I've got everything together. You are out of your rabbit ass mind. If you've been here longer than a cup of coffee, you know I will never stand on the idea of acting like I've got everything together. Kiss my ass. I am a fuck up. Please understand. But here's the very first thing you do. And it's something Michelle Houston, my therapist in Fort Riley, taught me. What is real and what isn't? Give you an example. You go out to your car has a flat tire. Now, reality, all you gotta do is change the tire. But in your head, you'll say the car is flat, therefore you can't get to work. If you can't get to work, you can't make money. If you can't make money, you ain't shit because you can't take care of your family. Which one of these two is real? Which one? Eternal Energy with the $9.99 super chat.
Donations, gifts.
She said, thank you for this message today. Thank you for being here, sister. But be honest. Which one is the two? Which one of the two is a reality? The flat tire is a reality. You going down a rabbit hole because of that flat tire is not. I'm going to tell y'all, I do this not just day by day. I do it minute by minute. Minute by minute. My wife always says, I don't know the difference between a lump in my oatmeal and a lump in my breast. It's true. It's true. I don't see the glass as half empty or half full. I see it as a glass I can never drink out of. So what is reality and what is fiction and fantasy that comes from in here? You are beautiful. That is a reality. That's not me kissing your ass. That's not me saying some shit, even though you might. You are beautiful. And I don't mean physical beauty like they do with the cosmetic brands and the body. I'm not talking about that type of beauty. I'm talking about the fact that inside of you lies a heart, and that heart loves. If you hate something, it is only because it hurts someone else. I don't hate Trump because he's Trump. I hate Trump because of what he does to people. But my heart is built for love. Your heart is built for love. Now, is that going to solve everything? No, because you also have to take into consideration when you remember these things that you are going to fail. Let me get this out of the goddamn way. You're gonna fail, kids. Okay? Let's get one damn thing straight right now. You are not always going to be a success. You're not always going to hit the home run. You're not always going to hit the buzzer beater. You're not always going to run for the touchdown. You will fail. But in that failure, there is a lesson. Nelson Mandela said it best. I don't lose. I either win or I learn. I don't lose. I either win or I learn. So do not take a failure as just failure. Oh my God, I'm a piece of shit. Take it as, okay, I learned. I learned. Certain people can't be trusted with money. I learned that. King Cousins with the $19.99 super chat.
Donations, gifts.
Great message today. This is like therapy I didn't know I needed today. Glad I scrolled in. Much love, brother. Ken, as always, thank you, my brother, for being here. Thank you. I told y'all we were going to talk about this yesterday. And the reason I wanted to talk about it is because I have had some mental health problems the past couple of days, past week or so. Elijah, aka Professor Moriarty, also has had those same problems. I knew for a fact I could not be the sort of person that just ignored it. I'm not about to sit here and pretend to be somebody I'm not. I have to make sure that every day you are talking to a flawed man. And as a flawed man, I am learning. And I know you are feeling the same way. We all see the news, every one of us. If you're a veteran that truly loves this goddamn country, right? What's going on right now depresses the shit out of you. If you got friends that are still in uniform, this shit depresses you. If you have family that is in uniform, this shit truly depresses you. If you're real about it. If you're one of them fake armchair ass patriots, this is the greatest time in the world. But even with that, you know we lying. You're lying because while you're over here rooting for this USA fight, your ass can't put gas in your car right now. You don't know how you're going to get to work. Stop lying to yourself. It is a dark time right now. I have not been straight since the election, the presidential election of 2024. Not going to sit up and lie. Not going to pretend. I haven't been. I haven't. Because in my heart, I love this country. And I don't mean the bald eagle, the flag, and mom's house. I don't mean none of that shit. I mean the people. I know we can be better. I also know we will always fail at it. Because America's mentality is the same way I'm telling you right now. Pretend like everything is great while shit is falling apart and never fix the shit. We are in a dark place right now. Even you MAGA people that love laughing and giggling in videos, bitch, stop lying. Stop lying. You're sitting at your damn dinner table trying to figure out how you're going to pay bills. You were sitting there trying to script together some shit to go to Dollar General or Dollar Tree to buy your daughter or son a birthday present. Bitch, stop lying. Stop lying. You see them gas prices going up, they are breaking your heart. They are hitting you in the nuts, but you want to keep acting like shit is okay. MAGA, bitch, stop lying. You're lying to yourself and every goddamn body else sees it. And I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes it takes us saying this shit out loud for us to truly look at it for what it is. I am not okay. I'm not. I've got shit going on in my head and my heart. I'm not okay. I'm not about to lie to y'all. You have a whole bunch of people that advocate for shit. Nobody advocates for the honest truth when it comes to our mental health. As a veteran, I am worried about 22 a day. For those of you who don't know what the hell 22 a day is, we lose 22, on average, 22 service members to suicide every day. But nobody wants to talk about that. You want to talk about lethality. Pete Hegseth, lethal, bitch. Let me tell you something. You can have the biggest bombs on earth. You can have the baddest fighter jets, the most high-tech ass weapons. There are human beings in there. Every Predator drone has somebody operating it. And that person has to go home and realize that they may have taken out 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 people with one shot. There is no tough guy to that. There is heartbreak, especially when you finally get a chance to step back and look at this shit realistically. You realize that your actions caused death. You got to carry that. The only people that think that shit is fantastic are the same sick ass people that will not tell you they're not okay. MAGA, y'all can pretend like this is the greatest time of your life, but you can stop lying at any time. You really can. Stop lying. That number was actually the lowest number the VA had to legally report to Congress. The real number is closer to 48. See what I'm saying? 48. We give lip service to things like mental health because mental health is some shit you can't see. If you have suffered from depression and anxiety, you carry mental scars. Those scars affect everything that you do. Every word that comes out of your mouth, every action that you take is shaped by those mental scars. But because nobody can see them, people can ignore them anytime they want. Oh, you'll be fine. Shake it off. Will you, though? Will you? Or will you pretend until the next thing happens? America's mentality, America's mental health can be best exemplified as let me fake it until something worse happens, and then I'll fake that too. That's why we don't give lip service to it. If you see a person in a wheelchair, you give them respect because you go, oh my God, they're a person that is confined to a wheelchair. When you see a blind person with a service dog or the walking stick, you go, okay, that person's blind. Let me give them a space. When you see somebody with cerebral palsy or things of that nature, you open up and say, okay, let me give them space. But when you don't see it, you don't even understand it. It makes no sense to you. You're walking around in this darkness and no one else can see it. You have judged yourself so harshly that even if you opened your mouth and said everything that you said to yourself, people would still go, why would you say such a thing about you? You carry the mental scarring of what your childhood looked like. You carry the mental scarring of the things that have happened to you, whether it's a sexual assault, a violence, or you've lost a child and things of that nature. People exploit that shit for $1, and they're gonna take that money and make you believe that everything's perfectly okay. Multiply that by 50 states and 330 million people, you have the mentality of America today. We're going to pretend like it ain't happening until it happens again, and then we'll pretend again. Atrocities and amnesia, that's what I call it. Atrocities and amnesia. We'll do some heinous shit, give it 15 years, and then pretend like it didn't happen. We allowed traitors back into the United States. Men who made it their business to kill people from their own federal government. We just let them back in. Yeah. It's okay now. No, it's not. We went to war with ourselves. America ain't even got over it. Every September 11th, we all remember the deaths of people at 9/11. How many of y'all remember right after it happened? How many of y'all remember on damn near every news station them playing over and over and over and over the towers falling? How many of y'all remember that? We had to see that shit on every news station for damn near a week. Maybe two. Might have been two. Daily. Watch the buildings fall. Watch the buildings fall. Watch the buildings fall. Watch the buildings fall. Go to YouTube and type in Kevin Cosgrove. At one point, I was going to tattoo KC on my wrist because I heard that man. I heard his last moment. heard him. I listened to the desperation in that man's voice. But they tell us never forget, never forget. We can't. And did we all collectively get any therapy for it? Nope. No. We went on about our business. We're going to war. Oh, okay, so we're gonna watch this shit over and over and over and over and over for weeks on end, weeks on end, weeks on end, but we're not gonna talk about it. We're not gonna sit down and go, listen, I'm afraid right now. I'm scared as shit. I'm depressed. I had to watch people falling out of a building. Nope. We're going to war because violence instead of therapy always works. That works out so well. Oh, it always works so well. Collective PTSD. Collective PTSD. And then the news organizations were dicks for about 5 years because every anniversary they re-showed the same broadcast. Every anniversary. So guess what? We're dealing with it now. In 365 days, we'll be able to see the shit again. But hey, we're at war. We go boom, boom. When we boom, boom, we feel better. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, we don't. But that's what America does. Because I think the United States hates itself the same way we do about ourselves. I do. I think America hates itself. We see that we could be better. We're just not. We feel we could do better. We just don't. We feel like we could be more productive and give society more and more of things that will heal it. We just don't. If somebody was to tell you to deal with the darkness in your head, if somebody was to look you in the face and tell you, hey, you have one task today. I don't care how long it takes you. But you were to sit in a room by yourself and face your depression. You would faint. Because depression isn't just, oh, it's only in the brain. No. When you're in the middle of that shit, that bitch is as big as a state. It can be as big as a planet. It's so overwhelming, you don't know where to begin. You don't. I have no hatred in my heart for my mother or my father. I don't have a single ounce of hatred for my mother or my father. They did the absolute best they possibly could. They did the very best they could. But a lot of people have hard feelings about their parents. And if their parents are here, confronting them, out of the question. If their parents are gone, to confront the legacy is out of the question because that shit is huge. You were talking about life. You were talking about from the moment you were born to where you are right now. How you gonna face that? How you gonna face that? How you face that? How? Somebody tells you, deal with the death of a child. Hey, go in a room, and I want you to think about the death of a child, and I want you to deal with it. How? How? This shit is massive. You get into legacies and you get into what they look like and what they sounded like. You start seeing their future that they'll never have because they're not here. It's too big. How you going to do that? How are you going to do that? And this makes the hole deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper until now, all that's there is the darkness. And it starts to affect you. You start to negotiate lies to yourself. And if you can negotiate a lie to yourself, it makes it easier for you to negotiate a lie to the people that are around you. Oh, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. There's that lie. That's the first one. Oh, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. How many of y'all have said that to your spouse or boyfriend, girlfriend, baby mama, baby date? How many of y'all have said that? Oh, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. How many of y'all? Come on. Come on. Be honest. Be honest. How many of you have said that? Oh, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Raise your hand. Go ahead. Raise your hand. Not here to shame you. I'm raising my hand too because I do it all the time. I do it all the time. I do it all the goddamn time. Every day. Thank you, kid. Every day. Oh, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. There's your first lie. There's your first lie. There it is. First lie right there. You can see that bitch coming. Your first lie. Someone breaks your heart. Oh, I'll get over it. There's the second one. Lie number two. Somebody you genuinely cared about, somebody that you cared about, they broke your heart. They broke your trust. They betrayed you. Oh, I'm fine. I'll get over it. Lie number two. Oh, I'm great, brother. How are you? Lie number three. Come on. Lie number three. Oh, I'm great. How are you? That how are you is you throwing that question up. Oh, I'm great. How are you? Lie number three. Here's lie number four. Oh, me? I love me. Lie number four. These are the four big lies right here. These are the four big lies. Because you give them four up, everything else is easier, baby. You can lie about anything at that point. You can lie about anything at that point. How the hell do you think we have such shitty, piss poor healthcare and so many people dying of shit that normally, if you went and got some help for it, you'd be fine. How many? Because we don't even tell the truth about ourselves when it comes to our health. Oh, no, I'm fine. All the men. Oh, I ain't taking no time off. I got bills to pay. I'm fine. You done broke something inside of you. Something inside of you is inflamed. Every time you take a shit, blood comes out. Every time you cough, blood comes out. You feel achy. Everything hurts. What's the first thing you say? Nah, I ain't going to the hospital. I'm fine. That makes the four lies we just told ourselves made that one easier, didn't it? Ladies, here's one for you. Here's one for you, ladies. Oh, I feel great. I feel great. I look fine. There's another lie. Stems from the first four. There it is. Somebody insults your weight. Somebody insults the fact that you have kids. Somebody insults your face. Somebody insults your body. What happens? Oh, I ain't worried about him. All right, there's a lie. There's a lie. It's right there. It made easier by the first four. By the first four. And you do this over and over and over and over and over. It becomes routine. Now you just lying before anybody even asks anything. You think people at your job love you, knowing goddamn well they don't. But hey, you lied to yourself, you might as well let them lie to you too, right? Oh, he loved me. Sure, he beats me upside my head, but he loved me. He said he loved me. There you go. That lie is made easier because you lied to your goddamn self. Your governor lies to you. You lie to yourself. Who cares? Your state senators lie to you. Who cares? You lie to yourself. You already lie to yourself. So what difference does it make? And then reality hits. Then reality hits. You have an argument with your spouse. You're ready to take yourself off the census. Why? Because you lied to yourself. You lied to yourself, so you damn sure lied to the person that loves you the most. And rather than living with the shame of knowing that you betrayed somebody who was so close to you, you'd rather leave. You look at your children and you go, I don't deserve y'all. I'm not good enough for these beautiful kids. Why do you think that? Because you've been lying to your damn self. You've been lying to yourself. So here, your children are giving you all this love and affection, and you can't feel it, you can't talk about it, you can't touch it, you can't do any of it because you've been lying to your goddamn self. So you think they're lying to you. Your friends say, hey, I'm your brother. I love you. Call me if you need me. Well, you don't call because you've been lying to your goddamn self. You think he's lying to you. You start to literally isolate yourself. You have built walls around you, all the way around you. You have put yourself in a box, and the box is dark. And the lies will echo in your head, but the truth will still be there. The first person you lied to was you. You. And now, in those dark moments, when a helping hand would be necessary, where a hug would be necessary, with somebody giving you some level of affirmation would be necessary and needed, you can't get it because you don't trust. You don't believe. People have told you over and over how great you are, but you never listened. You never listened. You pushed it off. You do good things. People see that. They tell you. You don't believe it. Even though you were the one that did it. You doubt yourself. And that doubt turns to shame. And shame is the killer. Shame is the killer. Shame is the fuel for the depression. Shame is the kindling for the depression. Shame is the catalyst for that depression. You're ashamed, not because of anything that you've done, but because you have perceived yourself to be a certain way, even though it's not right, even though it's not true, even though if you have asked anybody whose lives you've touched and who has touched your lives, if you ask them truthfully, they would tell you none of this is true. What is that word? I feel like I'm a burden. Burden. That burden comes from shame. You've isolated yourself. You have literally isolated yourself from everybody that knows you and loves you. You don't know what to do. It hurts. And those dark places become massive. Started out as a shack, turned into a small house. By the time it's done, it's a mansion on a seaside. And you can't escape it. And that darkness sits there with you. You sit in it. You judge yourself from that darkness. You see that perfect version of yourself and you hate yourself more and more and more. This person is better than me. This person's better than me. This person's better than me. And you reach a point where you start to think you would be better off if you weren't here. The crisis helpline, the number is 988. If you find yourself in these situations, you can text or call 988 and somebody will answer the line. I know because I've used it. They have one for veterans. I can't remember the number off of it. I need all of you to see yourself the way I see you. And I will make you this promise. I will make you this promise. I will do everything in my power, everything I possibly can to see myself the way you see me. There is not, it's 838-255 is the veteran crisis line. I see none of you as failure. Why do you think we do the universal greeting every morning? Or at least we try to. It is your daily affirmation that you make the world go round. I don't play that just because, oh, wow, it's cool. I play it for myself too. I play it for myself too. I need to know that I'm worth something. The moment my feet hit the ground, I was worth something. You need to know that too. See yourself the way I see. Flawed, but incredible. Flawed, but funny. Accept those flaws. And I tell you what, I will make a promise to you. I will do the same. I will try to have one of these shows once a month. I will make it my business. Smoking Hot, you and Lovebird, please remind me every month, once a month, on a Truthful Thursday, we will do a mental health checkup. And we will affirm each other. We will love on each other. And we will allow love to pour into us. Community helps. But at the end of the day, the opponent is still in your head. Take the steps to see yourself as more than just a collection of things. At the base of it, you're a human being. Your humanity should shine through a lot more than anything else. Your humanity. Sure, you can have a lot of stuff. You can have a lot of money. And you can listen to people who brag about how much money they have and houses and things of that nature, and that's fine. But look at their life through here. They have to hate themselves. That's why they brag about the shit. They got to. They've got to see their inadequacies because that's why they're so quick to tell you about the pile of bullshit that they've accumulated materialistically and not anything that has to do with how they are in here. Continue to accept your flaws. I'm going to tell you this secret. Nothing about you is a mistake. Nothing about you is a bad thing. It may be different, but it's not bad. Accept it. If you're a gym guy, cool, but be a gym guy who also works out their mental health. If you're a gym gal, fantastic, but make sure you are working out your mental health as well. Strengthen that. Find different ways, whether it's meditation, whether it's group therapy, whether it's, doing lives where you guys check on each other and make sure each other is okay. Do whatever it is that you have to do to check on your mental health. When you do, don't ever come into it thinking of yourself as less. Start with this notion. I am a human with flaws. I am a human that made mistakes. I'm a human that will continue to make mistakes. But I am a human. Do not be so big that you cannot tell yourself grounded, foundational truths. Understand, your version of how you fix yourself is different than mine. There ain't nothing wrong with that. How you do it is how you do it. How I do it is how I do it. As long as we're not talking about a bunch of materialistic shit, both of us are on the right path. Encourage each other to check on each other's mental health. Call your friends, say, hey, man, how you doing? Oh, man, I'm great. No. That's not what I asked you. How you doing? Tell me the truth. Be real. Men, show love to other men. And I don't mean oh, wow, that's really gay. No, I mean, God damn it, you might be the voice that keeps a man on this side of the dirt, baby. Just you saying, hey, brother, I love you. That might be the catalyst for somebody, for a man who was thinking about ending it all, to raise up and say, you know what, damn it, I'm going to get through this. So tell your friends, tell your loved ones, tell your brother, I love you, man. Tell your dad, I love you. You might be that voice that gets a man away from that cliff. Ladies, same thing, fam. Same thing. Your voice telling them, I love you, sis, might be that thing that pulls them away from that cliff, away from the edge. You don't know. Learn to love you. Learn to love every inch of you. I say this all the time, and I've done it myself, so it's not like I'm saying it just to say it. If you have a full-length mirror, stand in front of it naked. Now, I know it sounds weird, but when you do, don't look at it from what you see as flaws or what have you. Look at it as this is the person that you are. Stripped down, no clothes, no earrings, no jewels, nothing. It's just you stripped down. Look at yourself. Love that person in that mirror. Because that's you. That is you. That is all you. It is taken away all the bullshit. It is stripped down away from all of the things that you can hide behind. It is the true you. Love that person in the mirror. I will one day learn how to love the perfect version of me. And I will learn how to live a life where I don't have to be perfect, but it's got to be present. I'm learning, y'all. I'm not going to lie. I'm learning to take and accept love. Even though it's hard, even though I don't see any purpose for it when it comes to me, I'm trying. I say I love you to my friends. I don't say it because, oh my God, it's a cool thing. No, I want them to know, God damn it, I love you. You make my life better. There is no shame in my humility. None. I do it because I know one day one of you may get me off that cliff. I couldn't do Superplex Party last week for how bad I was feeling. I couldn't. I was just so in a dark place. And then E, Taz, Gambit, and Angry pulled me. They don't know how much. It just pulled me. It took me it took me a couple of days. I think I just recovered from it maybe yesterday. I think. But it took me a minute. And it's not me trying to leech off of them. It is simply me not being okay with me. It's not a them problem, it's a me problem, but having friends like I do pulled me back. At the heart of the Villains Guild, there is that thing that pulls each other away from the abyss. It's one of the greatest parts of it. A group of people that will pull each other away from the abyss. I hope I am that for you. I know you are that for me. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Thomas McCormick. I am not okay. I suffer from depression and anxiety and PTSD. I take medications for this, but I also do shows like this, not just for the benefit of the people that may listen, which I've never cared about how many people have been in any live that I'm in, but it's for affirmation because I want my healing journey to be a healing journey for all. Am I going to fail at it? Yes, I am. Am I not going to be good at it? Yes. You are guaranteed that you will hear flaws and bullshit and profanity. You are guaranteed of this. But in my heart, In my heart, I genuinely care. This does not make me weak. This does not make me lesser than or feminine. It makes me a human being. I love hard. I care deeply. I give this love away because it is the one thing on earth that I have that I know I can get back. I give love. You don't have to give it back. It doesn't harm me. But when you give it back, that reciprocation is what makes it worth it to get up every single day. I love my friends. I love my family. I love the people around me. I don't expect perfection out of them. I simply expect them to be themselves. That is the only charge I have ever given them. Please be authentic in what you do. And I root for you. I root for you. I root for you to win. I root for you to have the best day possible. I root for you to love and be loved. I root for you to look at people with admiration and say these things out loud. I root for you to be the very best version of yourself, flaws and all. And I do this for no other reason than this. I am afraid. I am afraid. The fear of death walks with me. The only way I'm going to make any leeway, the only way I'm going to contribute to the world being just a little bit better today, tomorrow, and every day afterwards is not to run from that fear, but to choose the life that will make that death honorable. I am Robert and Martha McCormick's son, their second oldest child and oldest boy. My mother and father raised me to be a good man. I will do everything I possibly can to do that. I believe in you. I love you. I'm proud of you. And if no one tells you these things today, allow me to do it. You are worth it. Remember that. Every step that you take today, every word that you speak today, every video, every conversation or what have you, you are worthy of my love and the love of the people around you. Embrace it, accept it, give it away freely. This is all that we have. This truly is the way to get out of the darkness, not by waiting for the light, but becoming the light. I apologize, Angry, for the profanity, Thomas. I want to share my biggest fear with you. I'm petrified. I'm too petrified of death. Hey, Witchy, tell Nolan I'm so proud of him. Little rapscallion. Nolan, Witchy and Steve's kid, Nolan, is the first rapscallion. He's a rapscallion. Man's a that little kid's a rapscallion. When he gets a little bit older, he'll be a rogue. And by the time he reaches his mom and dad's age, he will be a full villain. So you tell Nolan to keep doing his little rapscallion things. You guys know who sponsored us. You know how to help the show and things of that nature. I'm sorry the show was heavy, but I needed to get it off my chest. I did. And I felt like there's a thing that a lot of us are not tapping into, and that is the health of our mind. I felt that. I needed to say this. I needed to. And I just thank you guys for being here. I do. Ken Cousins, I am so honored that you and I are friends. I'm so honored of that. If you ever need me, sir, I'm right here. To every single one of you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Miss Lyles, be kind, be positive, be authentic, be you. I love y'all. I am proud of you, Coffee Beans. Remember, it is okay to not be okay. Give yourself grace and let everything fall into place. Be limitless today. I love you so damn much. I'm prouder of you today than I was yesterday. Remember, hard times do not make us weak. It takes strength to overcome struggle. I got your six. Always the inspirational word from Miss Star O'Gwen. And as always, hydrate, elevate, self-love and self-care. I love you all. Have a beautiful day on purpose. That is the good word from Miss Tracina. Like I said, I know the show is heavy. But the one thing I want you to take from it is this. Affirm yourself. You're worth it. Take a little of that time that you're using to, to fight the trolls or put out information and shit like that. Take a second, just a second, to love on you some you. Love the person that you see in the mirror. Love the person you see in the screen. Love them. They're the best part of this world. Is the true you, not the manufactured shit, the real you. It's a beautiful, beautiful person. Man, woman, gay, straight, trans, I don't care. Love you. Love on you some you. And know that I love you. Know that I love you more than you will ever know. That I believe in you more than you will ever understand. Whatever victory you accomplish today, no matter how small, celebrate it. Because that's how you learn how to love the person you truly are, not the fictional person you've made up for the world. And if 330 million Americans could do that, we'd have a better nation. If we had an entire continent with 3 nations on it doing that, we'd have a better North America, South America. And if we did that, we'd have a better world. It's all about love, kids. As silly and as stupid as that sounds, the way to heal yourself first is to love you, the true you. I love you, Nana, so much. Thank you for always being here, Nana. Always. What is it that we say every day, kids? May your day be as sweet as the coffee in your cup. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, my name is Thomas Bishop. I am known as the villain. My title and designation is the Brutalist, the leader of the Villains Guild, a proud, upstanding member of the Outcast Nation. And this has been, I don't rank these things, but I think this may very well have been the best show I've ever done. This may have been the very best morning show that I've done in the almost 2 years of this radio station's existence. And it wasn't about me. It was always about we. Thank you all for giving me your stories. Thank you all for being vulnerable around me. Please understand, I will never, ever take that for granted. I will never use it to bash you. I thank you for being vulnerable around me and allowing me to be vulnerable around you. So this may very well be the very best show I have ever done. Out of all the shows that we do on this radio station, this may very well be the very best show I've ever done. Smoking Hot says it is. I think it is. I think it is. This has been a Truthful Thursday episode of The Sound of Coffee on Ghost Law Productions Radio, GCPR, where every voice matters. Tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is Superplex Party with myself and the Angry IT Nerd. We're going to be talking wrestling. I am determined to make this show tonight, no matter how bad I feel. Tomorrow is Flag on the Play Friday. I don't even know where to begin. This might be a word association flag on the Play Friday, because how do you judge the dumb shit that's happened over the past 7 days? Like, I might have to start writing my flags on the play right now after the show. You guys are the best. You are the best. Your husbands and wives love you. Your children adore you. Your grandparents love you. Everything. They love everything about you. Give yourself some love. Give yourself some love. Love on you, some you. And one of the flags be the fact that the majority of Americans do not understand that Iranians are not Arabic. Star. It's going to be an ugly flag on the Play Friday. But as always, I love you. Love on yourself. Give yourself grace and be proud of the person that you are. As always, with love in my heart, I say this. With peace on my mind, I give this. I ain't going too far back because I am not trying to get seasickness and shit. So, and just a tad bit of hair grease. I will see you all tomorrow for Flag on the Play Friday. I love you. Be safe and have the best day possible. Hey, I love you. Don't you ever forget that. See you in the morning. Peace.